back again with another episode of the session. This time to rescore World of Dance episode 9, the first episode of Duels in season 2.
Oh, we made it.
Thank God.
The first episode I've actually enjoyed.
It's
been
been
to be honest.
15 years.
Yeah. It's nothing really about the qualifiers really gets me going, unless we see someone I like, obviously. But
Yeah.
we definitely needed the Duels. We need some sort of competition, actually.
Yeah.
Something's got to be on the line.
Yeah.
Yep.
As always, I'm Russ Santos, aka Lock and Robin, your host, and we have, as always, with us Justin Cortez and Eser Valencia.
What's up, guys?
Just doing another episode of the session back to back.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Get a double feature.
Yeah. We won't be doing this next week.
Thank God.
Let's get right into it.
Right
First
into it.
First duel. Man, I still don't like calling them duels. Call them battles. First duel, Karen and Ricardo versus Luka and Jenalyn. And Karen, and since they were the top of their division, they got to choose who they wanted to go against. And they chose good because
It's personal.
It's
so
really
personal.
Was. Jeez.
they called it cabaret, but I don't think, to me, Karen and Ricardo aren't really cabaret. They're more ballroom than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So things I liked about Karen and Ricardo, I mean, what isn't there?
I know.
What isn't there? Something a little. What isn't there to like?
Yeah.
Because I don't know, man. It's hard because they did their tricks were all over the place and they were good.
Yeah.
The transitions in and out of them were good. Their technique, obviously, the world champs is good. The only thing is that they did the whole spinning pot stirring thing, and I get it, it's their strength, but I could have done without it because everything else was fantastic.
They did take it up a notch a little bit.
They did when he let
They
go
sure.
of her.
Wow.
And that was
Holy
freaking
crap.
awesome.
She was like, get off.
Justin, what'd you think?
I mean, I definitely love that part.
Yeah.
My only note really for them is holy shit.
Yeah.
So, man, this is only the second time that I've seen them. I'm like, okay, what are you gonna give me next? Because you want it.
Yeah.
That's literally all I can say. But as far as like, Jenalyn and Luka, are we on?
Yeah.
Yes. I liked that they kind of took what Karen and Ricardo did from their first performance and kind of like upped it because he took her and threw
Started
her
throwing
around.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, they did it masterfully.
Yeah.
I thought it was great, and it was just a little bit different in terms of like the technique, but it was really good.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sad to see that they didn't make it through, but man, like when you're up against Karen and Ricardo, you really gotta
do something, man. Yeah.
something. Yeah.
That's
It
right.
was a great way to kick off these duels, between these two duos, Oh my gosh. Like Karen and Ricardo, I have nothing else to say because they were just straight up great across the board for me.
Fire.
Luka and Jenalyn, they gave them a run for their money as well. I thought so. They really upped their game for this, and it was just amazing because like what Justin was saying, using those throws and lifts, like it was kind of like a call out to them, like we can do it too. So it really was that intensity between them that was just electrifying.
Electrify.
One thing I will credit to Luka and Jenalyn is that they took all the critiques that they just gave them in
for
the
sure.
qualifiers and nailed it.
Yeah, it didn't look like Luka was making that face at all. Like,
Right.
The awkward face.
So I gave Karen and Ricardo a 96 and Jenalyn and Luka a 92, putting, Karen and Ricardo ahead, also winning by 4.
Yeah, I gave them a 98, Karen and Ricardo, and then I gave Luka and Jenalyn an 86.
Dang.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just I think I might have scored Luka and Jenalyn a little higher if I had seen. I think I was just biased at that point because I was like,
Yeah.
Okay.
it didn't
gotcha.
measure up. Oh gosh.
Yes, sir.
I gave Karen and Ricardo 100.
Wow. Perfect score.
And then Jenalyn and Luka 98.
Okay.
It was that pretty clear cut for me. Like it was just that difference.
It's so crazy. I took off 2 points because I did the spin again. That's literally all I did.
I understand. I see where you're going
Yeah.
at. But yeah, they definitely need to hopefully do something else.
All right. Let's move on.
Next
Next
duel.
Duel. The next, you better do well.
Ooh.
Ah.
Untouchables versus Expressenz. Expressions. I just can't get over that spelling. But
That's how I remember it.
so things I liked about the Untouchables, they did way better
Yes.
than before because one thing is that they weren't all over the place. It wasn't madness.
Mhm.
There was a method this time.
Yeah,
Ooh.
there was focus.
Their costumes were cool. I liked them. Judges apparently didn't really match. I can see that, but they look cool, so whatever.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if there was a theme per se, but their prop was really awesome because they used it well. That big sheet to do all kinds of magic and stuff like that.
And it wasn't
That
just
was
like
crazy.
a one-off thing. They started with it and they pretty much ended with it too. So
Right. With Expressenz, they were clean. Obviously, they're always clean.
Yeah.
Their transitions were good, and they used the stage about as well as they did in their qualifier. I think the only critique I had for them is that I was expecting more, actually.
Yeah.
Because I kept reading things like on Reddit. I'm like on the Reddit also, and people are saying like, yeah, they have a lot of more under their belts, like ready to show. So I was like, okay, they're gonna bring it. That's why I was expecting Expressenz to win and beat Untouchables based on their qualifiers alone.
Mhm.
yeah,
So I was surprised that Untouchables, pulled through there.
yeah.
Justin?
I thought Untouchables had it. Like I thought they were gonna beat them. I think for one thing, I'm like super biased against lyrical dances like this because they can be repetitive. You have to do something different in order to stand out in my eyes. So like I scored them lower than Untouchables because it looked like last time's performance. That's fair. I didn't see much differentiation between the two, and just because they're strong turners, that's great. But like they showed how strong they were at turning last week or last time we saw them. So
But this time they leapt out of their turn.
Yeah, they did.
Okay. Right. It just goes back to Karen and Ricardo again. Like they change it up. I mean, give me something more. Like, and they still. I don't think that they learned about the emotions as much as they could have. I mean, their performance
was better.
It was a little bit better in my opinion, just a little bit better. Like they took it, they tried to do it, but I still don't see that honesty or that what's the word I'm looking for?
Genuinity.
Yeah, that word. I can't even say that word.
Genuinity.
Untouchables, I thought they were really great. I love what they did. I love their costumes. The only thing that I would say is that it's kind of stopped being about that guy.
Yeah, it really does.
It's about him.
Yeah.
And
it doesn't help that his dad's a choreographer.
I know.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it hurt him. I think that's ultimately what hurt him too, because they're not showcasing the rest of their dancers as much as they could.
Yeah. Eser?
Untouchables and Expressenz shins. I don't know. Like for me, when I watched them, I didn't know who to vote for. I honestly didn't. But now looking at your guys' perspectives between them is like Expressenz again. I was like, maybe they're just playing it safe. But then even their safe was still a little bit better than what the Untouchables did. But they did step up their game as well. Untouchables did improve, which I thought was great. The effort put into it was good. Especially with the cloth use of when he had to change too. Critique, I guess it was just like maybe there's just something missing also. Like I don't know.
For Expressenz?
Yeah. Them, like I think they were playing too much on the turn as well.
No, you were saying something was missing. Was it from Expressenz?
Oh no, for Untouchables.
Okay.
For Untouchables, I didn't know what it was, but when I did watch it, it's just an element there. Like I couldn't describe it, but I had to watch it again. But it was just something missing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gave both of them a 91. Actually,
Oh.
I didn't really think either one of them did enough to beat the other. In my opinion,
wow. Okay.
I thought they Expressenz. I felt like they did just as good as their qualifiers, maybe a little bit better. and I thought the Untouchables did better than how I thought during the qualifiers.
yeah.
So I thought they just evened out.
Okay, that's fair.
All right.
I had them pretty close too. I had a 93 for Untouchables and Expressenz 91. So I lost out on that one.
That's right.
90 for Untouchables and 91 for Expressenz.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the judges actually gave him an 89 for Untouchables and I think a 94. Yeah. For Expressenz.
It was high for Expressenz.
So it was a 5-point difference.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, they must really like them and not like D'Angelo.
Just D'Angelo.
All right, let's move on to the next duel. Gosh, I hate that. BDash and Konkrete versus Pasha and Daniella. Pasha and Daniella I liked from the qualifiers. BDash and Konkrete I did not like from the qualifiers. Yeah, it just completely reversed. Pasha and Daniella they weren't as captivating as I think they were just as captivating as they were during the qualifiers. They showed the same amount of chemistry. No, they did better. I don't know. I think it's just that BDash and Konkrete were able to give something more other than the dance. And the jump from their qualifier to this duel in terms of improvement was much higher than Pasha and Daniella from their qualifier to this duel. For the mere fact that I don't know, BDash and Konkrete actually look like a team. They actually look like a duo or a duo. A pair. They look like partners for once. During their qualifier, it looked like two individuals dancing next to each other. This one, it looked like they had a story, they had a theme, and they had the chemistry to actually move with each other. Surprisingly, still not as much crump as I'd like. If there even was any, and maybe I'm just blind to that. But as far as I know, when it comes to crump, this wasn't it. It was just straight up like urban choreo.
Yeah, I mean, if we're missing something, I'd like to hear about it.
So, So
honestly,
if you do know, if we are missing something you think, leave it in the comment. We'd love to hear it.
Yeah.
Pasha and Daniella, they were strong, really strong.
Yeah, they were.
They had awesome lifts, and she was like a snake on him, creeping around his body,
just climbing around.
But something wasn't enough apparently to me and to the judges. Justin, how about you?
I'm gonna start with Pasha and Daniella this time. They kind of glitzed up a little bit more in terms of their costuming and everything, which is the comment that they got from last time. I didn't see much difference in terms of dancing between their qualifier and this round, which is what I think ultimately hurt them. They are very good, and they do have like great chemistry together, but I kind of just felt like, especially like seeing all the other duos that kind of compare to them, like Karen, Ricardo, like I keep going back to them. Like, I just don't think that. I think it was their time to go.
That's a fair point. Yeah.
And also, like, BDash and Konkrete really came for it this week. Like, I hate clowns, but I enjoyed that performance. I thought that was like, it was masterfully done. It wasn't overdone.
Yeah.
I think their movement, and their characters really matched exactly what they were like, going for. And it was, I thought that, in this case, like, they deserve to move on.
Yeah. Eser?
BDash and Konkrete, like I just want to say they probably just brought it more and were more comfortable in their element, because the duels are basically battles, and they know what a battle scene is like. So
very true.
They're very comfortable and know what's at stake and what's to expect. But this time, like, instead of being individuals, they're a team. So basically they were just doing like commandos in translation of this setting of duels.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. Like, they did pretty good. And it was just mostly urban choreography. But again, like, for everyone listening, everyone watching, like, leave in the comments. I'm not too familiar with Crump myself, so it just wasn't there for me. I may not have seen it. So for Pasha and Daniella, very strong. I did anticipate more from their performance, so that kind of kept me on the edge of my seat. But at the same time, in the back of my mind, like, I don't know if they could push any further now, because like they gave all they got at this performance and at this point of the show.
Cool.
But
Okay.
I still like them though.
All right. So let's get to our scores. I gave BDash and Konkrete a 90, and oh yeah, I had them tied at 90.
Oh wow.
Pasha and
okay.
Daniella 90 also. Justin?
I gave BDash and Konkrete a 95 because, I mean, regardless of the fact that they didn't have much crump in there, I thought it was a good performance overall.
Mm.
And then I gave Pasha and Daniella a 90.
Okay. 5 points. Wow.
Yeah.
I gave BDash and Konkrete an 87,
Mm.
and I gave Pasha and Daniella a 94.
Ooh.
Wow, even further jump.
Yeah.
You really like them.
Judges gave BDash and Konkrete a 94.3, and Pasha and Daniella 88.3. So there was a big jump there,
Yeah.
like 6 points. Oh, I think it was the same, almost the same as yours,
Yeah.
pretty much. All right, moving on. Oh man, I was heartbroken during this one
Oh my goodness.
because one, I love Fabulous Sisters, and two, I love the Rascals. They were my underdog.
Oh my gosh.
I guess
Oh
I
my
was right to call them an underdog because
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
Underdog.
totally screwed the pooch here.
Shoot. Dang it.
Man, Fabulous Sisters. What,
Mm.
man?
They looked like a robot
Yeah.
that kept transforming over and over again.
I wrote two things for Fabulous Sisters: cleanliness and musicality. Just throw that into the mix and crank it to 11, and that's what you get. I did nitpick on them a little bit. I said that they need to work on their whacking in terms of control.
Yeah.
Because
Again.
it was just like two moves, but it was
Yeah.
enough for me to show that they didn't have control of that. So then I started to wonder if they had control of anything else that they
Yeah.
did. But that was it. That's it for them. For the Rascals, they were raw and groovy, pretty much just as much. They had better control this time than they did in their qualifier, but there wasn't enough there to really set them to. I mean, comparing them to Fabulous Sisters.
Oh yeah.
It just wasn't there. One thing I did like from them was the diss at the end. They took rose petals
petals.
and threw it at them. I was like, oh
Man.
that's battle. That's
They-
a battle
They
mentality.
were coming. They were
That-
coming for them.
That was legit.
Hawaii.
I was surprised that their kip ups were clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to get kip ups clean because everyone's legs are different lengths.
Yeah.
For me, it takes longer to get back down.
Hey, at least you can get up.
Neo called them rubber bands, but they're called kip ups.
Why?
Maybe it's just a
Another term, maybe.
yeah. I don't
Maybe.
know.
No, I'm not
like-
going to give him that. I'm not going to give him that,
Like
credit, that
Blast
benefit.
or Muscle Man. Like,
I'm not going to give him
you're
that
not-
benefit of that. Nope. Sorry,
Anyways.
Neo.
Anyways.
Justin, what'd you think about that?
Oh
this-
man,
this
same thing.
duel.
Same thing. Like Fabulous Sisters. Like from the first day we saw them, I was like, "Holy crap! They are going to be like a force to be reckoned with." Like, and the fact that they got Rascals in the first round, I'm like, it's a tough one because Rascals did really well in their qualifiers. I actually like them better in this one, but I did notice they lost a little bit of their individuality.
Yeah.
Especially like, they're wearing the same thing and all that.
Mhm.
But man, Fabulous Sisters, just man, I can't say anything bad about them, but I will. The one thing, and it's the same thing as you, if you're going to put in something that requires technique, make sure you show that you have mastery over it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, don't put it there as a filler.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a note that I had from the first time they performed. Like, they did a little bit of whacking, and I was like,
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
the same thing.
transitional whacking. Like,
Yep.
we're just putting it there because we want to fill that space. Like, no, like, show us more what you can do with it. So that's about it. I mean, obviously, I wanted Fabulous Sisters to win that one.
Mm-hmm. Eser?
Fabulous Sisters and the Rascals. Wow. Did not expect them to be pitted against each other, but it happened, and I just couldn't help. And I wrote here so effing clean for Fabulous Sisters. Like, I had nothing else to, like, really positively say. It was just like, what do you do with that? But again, I agree with you guys. The whacking needs to be better. Like, it was just there. Nothing special. I want them to do better. with that. So it really does make you think if anything else was edited out, if there other parts of their choreography, other parts of their set was unclean. But yeah, Rascals did enjoy the kip up sequence. Like, applause to you guys. It was just very well done, like having that timing down and fixing it. That tricky knee drop that they all did too was just crazy.
Yeah, that was pretty clean.
Yeah, but I did like them better here than their qualifiers. So
okay,
they were much cleaner.
I guess we all disagree somewhere when it comes to the Rascals, but we all agree with the Fabulous Sisters. So I gave Fabulous Sisters a 98.
Whew.
Yeah, technique, I took a point off for the whacking. And creativity, I took a point off, I think, because I thought their first performance was more creative than this one.
Yeah.
Rascals, I gave an 82.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was a pretty significant difference there.
Jeez.
Yeah. Justin?
That must hurt because you really liked
I
them.
liked them, I know, yeah.
I gave Fabulous Sisters a 95. Yeah, I took off a point for technique. And the Rascals, I gave a 90.
Okay.
I still like them.
Yeah. Eser?
98 for Fabulous Sisters.
There you go.
Wow.
Point off for technique as well. 92 for Rascals.
Okay, yeah, so I scored them the worst, apparently.
Jeez.
My bad. My bad. All right, let's move on. This was a good duel also. Michael Dameski versus Angyil.
Oh, my goodness.
So Angyil was montaged in that last episode of the qualifiers, but I actually went to go back to watch it on YouTube.
Here.
And she is good, man. She's a great popper. Her hits are super strong, but still very, her hits. Like, what makes a good hit is like, one, it's in the pocket. It's and when we say in the pocket, the timing is like perfect there.
Right.
She was patient with the beats.
Exactly.
It's not so much being on the beat; it's like in the beat.
Yeah,
exactly. So she was awesome. Her hits again, awesome. Since she's a popper, and I guess she did ballet before all this too.
That's what she mentioned.
She's used to the battle mentality.
Yep.
So she knew exactly what she had to do, and I said this before she even performed. I was like, man, she could just freestyle this, and she'd be fine. I bet.
Yeah.
And she did. Like she admitted later on that she freestyled, but apparently that she shouldn't have said that because it really the judges didn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was okay with it. She's from because like her style of popping reminded me of old school poppers.
Yeah.
But with her own little take on the new school flair to it.
Yeah.
So I really liked her. Michael Dameski, I mean, man, he was great in his qualifier. He was great here. His technique is on point.
Oh my gosh.
And the thing I love about him is that he gets some serious airtime with anything he does.
He's like a little guy, right? Like he looks kind of short.
And he's about the same height as Angyil, I think.
Oh.
But maybe Angel's just, I don't know.
I think Angel's a little bit
He
taller.
dances very big,
but
though.
he does, like, that just makes it even better because
Yeah.
he gets so much
The
height.
airtime,
gosh.
man. Like,
It's insane.
even with the simple leaps, he's still in the air for
Yeah,
like
I
a
know.
good second or two.
He flies
It's-
literally like from the ground up. Like he recovers so fast. It's crazy.
Yeah, so his control is great. I didn't want any of them to go.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it was hard.
But anyway, before we get there, go ahead, Justin.
Jeez. Michael's technique is incredible.
Yeah.
One of the strongest soloists on the show. Angyil, I mean, I didn't get a chance to go back and watch a performance, but this one here, she was like in the music. It was really, really good. The one thing that I did agree with the judges is that she could be a little bit more patient in certain areas because she just went for it from the beginning, and I would have liked to have seen her like take her time a little bit, just because it was like from hit to hit to hit to hit to hit. Like there's a lot to be said when you like are patient with your like hits and stuff, and moving through those hits, or not moving through those hits, but the movement between hits.
Right.
Yeah. And I kind of like one thing that I kind of didn't like was that she got a very T-Rex armed a lot.
Yeah.
But I think that's just like kind of her
style.
own like style.
Yeah.
It's just I guess that's just personal aesthetic.
Yeah.
But overall, she's phenomenal. I thought she was great, and it's tough. You get an opportunity to actually see someone do popping, and they do it well, and then they don't move on. So
Like a good street dancer.
Yeah.
Eser.
Man, this is difficult because like these two dancers were incredible in their own respect, and pitting them against each other was so I don't know. But let me start off with Michael Dameski. But that boy can move. that boy good. That boy good. That boy good. Like I said earlier, like he just knows his body so well, and he's just so strong. Like moving from literally lying down and up in the air for like 10 seconds. It's crazy.
10 seconds in the air. That's pretty long, Eser.
I'm saying 10 seconds. That's what it seemed like.
1, 2, 3. That's a long time.
Yeah, it's a very long time. But anyways, I know
good.
I'm exaggerating, but that's what it seemed like. Like great control, great energy, and incredible strength.
yeah,
But I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I may have noticed there's some times it looked like he kind of messed up, like he lost balance in some parts. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
I don't know because like if you like the way that the moves that he chose,
Yeah,
if you mess up,
you're dead.
You'll get injured.
You're dead.
Like
That's true.
Angyil hits. Yeah, absolutely. Like she just understood the music, and it was great to know that by the end of her routine, she was completely freestyling it. Like she didn't have anything constructed or premeditated. So that made it more amazing to me. But I did want her to be a little more patient as well, sitting with the music rather than just going full force with it. So I guess that's what costed her a little bit for me as well.
One thing I will say is that you guys both mentioned this, and the judges did too, about her wishing she was a little bit more patient. I could appreciate her moving through a lot of the movement, because that when she did hit these spots where she was patient, it really stood out.
Yeah.
And it was on with the music too, so that really like it shows that she's actually listening. And I guess that's like it's very common when you just freestyle, you're just dancing,
Just go with it.
yeah,
since it's not premeditated per se. It's just you're just moving, and until you know something's coming, then you want to get patient with that one thing. So a little give and take there.
Yeah.
So I scored Michael Dameski a 92 and Angyil a 90. So I had Michael over her by 2 points. And Justin?
I gave him a 96 and her an 89.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right.
I gave him a 95 and her an 88.
Ooh.
Oof, you guys, man.
Yeah, we kind of.
Maybe I'm a little lenient. Except when it comes to like Tybo Sisters,
Tybo Sisters and the Rascals.
Yeah. Just a little PSA before we move on. What Angyil does is popping. Like when J-Lo says like pop locking, there's popping, there's locking.
No.
Angel's a popper. That's popping. So
Yeah.
Locking is like lock and
Lock and roll.
yeah, exactly. The more you know. Let's move on. I think this is the second to last.
Yes.
Cool. The Bradas versus the Jam Project, another hometown team that we wish made it through.
No, man.
And we still have Demrated Boys actually, so we don't know.
We don't know what's gonna happen.
We don't know.
We don't know.
The Bradas, I like their outfits. Good outfits match the song they were doing. And actually, the Jam Project did the same thing. They wore matching outfits to what the song they wanted to do.
Yeah.
Nice James Brown medley.
Yeah, so they tie there in that aspect.
I mean, we all love a good magic show.
Suits versus suits.
I could probably do without. I get that the Bradas like they love props, but if they could just calm it down with the props and get to some serious dancing here, I could do with it. They did tone it down for this one a lot more, but
that's saying something because they took staffs out.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
Where'd they come from?
Well, before like they had the actually okay no they brought it up in terms of props because in their first one they had one bag and they all did something with it, which was cool. I like that.
It's passing it around.
But now I guess they're just magicians. And I've been saying this. We should just do magic on.
Any volunteers
for the Jam Project? I love James Brown.
Yeah,
clearly.
For sure.
They know how to get down to James Brown. They took the critiques of the judges pretty well for their set this time because one, Neo kept saying this and I kept saying this too, like, you know, there should be good parts where you can actually hear the tapping, and they did that.
Yeah.
And two, J-Lo, I remember, wanted them to like really bring out the old, like the OGs of tap. So, you know, they did a drop split and back up, you know, ode to the Nicholas brothers there.
Yeah.
So I like them. I love the music. I love everything about the Jam Project. They did way better than their qualifier. I liked them. I just wish they made it through.
Yeah.
Justin, let's go Eser. Let's change it up. What'd you think?
Bradas. Not too over the top of the props this time, but still a lot of props. But I like the end that came out of nowhere with the staffs.
Yeah, I was surprised about that.
It's like, wow. Okay. More dancing. Good job. That was amazing. They were riding the rhythm pretty good throughout their set. Jam Project. The tapping is just something that touches my heart, you know. And it just again, like between these two groups, it was just a great battle intensity, you know. They were really like staring each other down, like they had the match, like the suits versus suits, you know. It was like
love a good suit.
but yeah, that I did like that you can hear the counter rhythms like of their tapping again, you know, between in the music that they were using. So good job.
Thank you. Justin.
Sorry. One thing that I really liked about the Bradas is that when a song plays, you can usually tell when someone like really enjoys the song.
Yeah.
The smiles on their faces was like it lit up the stage
Like crazy cheesy.
Yeah,
Old school Usher, man.
Hey,
Can't
man.
go wrong with that.
Yeah,
of course.
And I thought that they danced really well to what, you know, that song brings out.
Yeah.
You know, and I freaked out when the staffs came out. I totally want to know how that one's done.
Yeah.
I did notice that one guy didn't have a
He didn't
staff.
have one.
He messed up.
Yeah. And one guy at the end, while they were like getting critiqued, was
He was still
like,
constructing it.
yeah, it looked like it was broken or something. So that was just a couple of things. I don't know what happened on the stage. Jam Project, so good.
Yeah, man.
Like, God, why couldn't they just get through? Like,
Why, God, why?
I liked them way better than
yeah,
Me
yeah,
too.
I did.
I
And
did.
it's just like, it really just comes down to like these personal aesthetics of the judges. Like, they are going to go towards what they think is competitive and what they think is visually more appealing. And for them, it's the Bradas. But for people like us, like, man, there's a place for tap.
Yeah.
And when you can tap the way that those guys can,
Wow. My gosh.
I'm sad to see them go.
Me too.
So I gave the Bradas an 89, and I gave... What did I give them? And I gave the Jam Project a 91. Had them 2 points over.
Oh, yeah.
But clearly, the Bradas went through.
Yeah.
Justin?
Same thing. I gave the Bradas a 91 and Jam Project 93.
Okay, yeah. 2 points.
Bradas 88 and the Jam Project 89.
Wow.
1 point, yeah.
1 point.
So we all had Jam Project,
Jam Project over the Bradas.
Yeah. Disappointing.
Yeah.
But good job to the Bradas. They made it through. Moving on to the last duel.
Oh,
This was heartbreaking. Well,
Wow.
no, not necessarily heartbreaking. Surprising.
Surprising.
That's a little heartbreaking. Yeah.
It's like, damn. Like,
A little heartbreaking to everybody, especially people
Yeah.
on the show.
I know.
So Eva Igo. I
Yes.
keep getting her name.
Yes.
I don't.
Eva Igo.
Eva Igo.
I want to say Eva Igo versus Avery Marcus, and we just saw Avery Marcus in this last episode of the qualifiers. This wasn't the best for Eva.
No.
Not as good as her first one, her qualifier. Still super flexible, using her leg as an arm cannon and stuff like that, shoulder cannon.
Waiting for the lasers.
She lost her balance a few times. Actually,
I
you can
did
notice
catch that.
once she was on her hands, and another one she was only on one leg. She had this. One thing about her is she really pulls out or does well is her emotion. She can embody the emotion that she wants really easily, and and it shows in her dance. She pretty much went from like calm to like thrashing all over the place, but still controlled.
Yes.
Very well. So it was like an emotional roller coaster, and she had that one awesome. Well, she had a couple awesome tricks, but one that I really like is when she did like an aerial type of leap onto one. Yeah,
And then the
onto
leg
one
went,
leg, and then she swung her other leg up and around.
What
I was
is
like,
that?
into a penché. Oh.
What is that?
How do you keep that momentum going? That's how do you stick that first?
Yeah, those are strong legs, man.
So props to her. Avery Marcus, man, they brought it.
Yeah, they sure did.
Their partner work is on point. Their transitions were
Such an
great.
improvement.
On point, I keep saying.
Yeah, such an improvement.
Their musicality was great too, man.
Mhm.
If it had that, and I nitpicked a little bit, is that and they had this, but not to the degree that I want, or not throughout their whole set. Their facial emotions.
Yeah.
A lot of times they were just moving through the motions pretty much.
Yeah.
There was one part where they actually connected because they looked at each other in the face. And if I could have that throughout, regardless of whether or not they're looking at each other, it would have set it over the top for me.
Yeah.
Justin?
Truly heartbreaking to get all the way to the end last year and then get cut
in the duels.
in the duels. Gosh. But I think, I don't want to say this about Eva. Like, I think she looks like she's a very sweet girl, but I think that it might be hubris. Like, she picked a couple or a duo that didn't do as well in the qualifiers. That is almost a similar style to her.
Yeah.
I think she wanted to coast, or at least attempted to coast. She didn't realize the potential that these two actually have.
Mm-hmm.
So she didn't give she didn't give as much as she could have, and as much as she's done in the past in this performance, and they came for it.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. Like, you can either agree to disagree with me on that, but I think she thought that she had it.
Yeah.
And Avery and Marcus had nothing to lose, so they really went for it.
And man, it showed.
And they really went for it.
Yeah.
Like, just from the moment that leg went up and then it bent forward back, and then bent again, I was like, oh my God. And then their partner lifts while he was on the floor was like really visually cool and everything. That's pretty much all I have to say about those two.
Cool. Eser?
I wanted Eva to get through. I did, actually.
I wanted both of them to get through.
Yep.
But no, yeah, absolutely. I don't know, but I think Eva just kind of, I think she got comfortable. That's my honest opinion. Picking this duo, as well as like, oh, I've been here this is my second time around, and I don't need to take it up as high as I did when I got to the last round last year. But I think she should have just had it the entire time, because you never know what could sneak up on you.
Yeah, it's competition.
Avery and Marcus, wow, major improvements since the qualifiers.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I enjoyed them.
Several hours.
Yeah, I know, several hours in between from the time we watched them the first time.
Yeah.
They definitely took those critiques and made it their own. I did want more chemistry between the two of them. And I'm sure that they'll improve upon that as they progress in this show.
Yep.
Sure, hope so. Yeah. Let's see. All right, my scores. I gave Ava a 91 and Avery and Marcus a 93. What are you laughing?
I gave Eva.
I said Ava.
Is it Eva or Ava?
I said Eva.
It's Eva Igo, right?
Eva Igo.
Oh, it is Eva. I said Ava, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, well. So I scored Avery Marcus a 92, or 2 points over.
Okay.
Over
This
Eva.
This is my tie. I gave Eva 92 and Avery Marcus a 92.
You tied them.
That was tough for me.
Yeah, it was a pretty big bias on Eva for me. I gave her a 94.
Okay.
and then
Avery?
I gave Avery and Marcus a 90.
Ooh.
Wow. Yeah, you are biased.
Hey, you just go with the winner. I get it. I get it. Go with what you know.
They proved me wrong.
Yeah.
They proved me wrong.
Well, didn't you score them after?
But anyways.
Oh, my goodness.
Woo! No matter how good they did, Eva was better in your eyes.
All right, let's wrap up this episode. Thank you guys for coming.
Yeah.
Justin, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter, Wonderfell88.
And Eser?
Y'all can find me on Instagram at ValCirca and on Facebook.
She's single, lady.
Yeah,
He's single, ladies.
hey.
I'm sorry, are you going to say it?
No, I just wanted to look at the camera
Oh,
and be
okay.
like, yeah, you
No,
guys know
I
what's
need to
up.
say it. People on podcasts can't see.
Oh, yeah, okay. Sorry. He's winking.
And as always, I'm Russ Santos, a.k.a. Lock and Robin. We're happy that we're finally the Duels. We can't wait to see more of these duels, especially them Raider boys in the duels.
Oh,
We'll
yeah.
see if they make
I'm
it.
actually a little worried about them.
Yeah, it's tough. It's going to be tough.
I'm thinking about it, I'm like, we'll see. Anyway, thank you guys for stopping by. Check out everything else. Like, subscribe to YouTube, please. Find us on all the social media stuff at DanceFamtv. And then check our site, dancefam.tv, #the session. We'll see you next week, guys. Peace.
Peace.
Bye-bye.